What's up, guys? It's Brandon here, and today I wanted to give you guys a quick market update based on a couple things that happened this past week, which is the NAR lawsuits and the FOMC meeting, and kind of give you guys an idea of where I think the market is going to go, especially in the next year or so. So jumping in with the FOMC meetings, Feds met and they are going to keep interest rates the same. So interest rates are right around 5.25% to 5.5% right now. And they are saying it's going to stay like that at least until the next meeting, which is the next meeting is in April 30th to May 1st, 2-day meeting. So then they can predict on where things are going to go after that. So my thought is, because inflation hasn't really started going down drastically yet, I don't expect them to lower rates. However, it's starting to turn, right? And they're not gonna lower rates ahead of inflation, because what that's going to do is put them back into the same position. Meaning, if inflation is here and rates are here, right, and they drop rates, inflation is still here, inflation could still going up, and then they have to jump over it, right? So that's what we don't want to see. So they're going to see inflation go down, and then they're going to then follow it down, right? They're going to go down like that. And they want the rates to be above inflation, because then, if it's inverse like it was during the pandemic, then we see what happens, and now we're dealing with the repercussions of those decisions by the Feds. So I think they've learned their lessons. I believe rates are going to go down for 3 times this year. That's what they're saying as well. 3 times they will lower rates in 2024. However, they're not going to start until later. And my prediction is, so get this, like they have 8 scheduled meetings a year, right? The Fed meetings, right? And so this one we just saw, right, 19th through 20th of March. The next one is April 30th through May 1st. The next one is in June, July. They skip August for a summer break, and then they jump into September and November, December, right? So this is my projection, right? I'm saying that April to May, we're going to keep rates exactly the same. We're not going to change it, lower it, or raise it, if all things kind of continue to stay on the path that it's on. But then this lines up perfectly with my initial prediction of they're going to drop rates right before election. So June, July, September, we're going to see quarter point drops is what I'm predicting. And that's right in time for November election, because the next meeting is November 6th through the 7th. So it's really interesting and funny, because, Joe Biden will always, the Biden administration will do their best to lower interest rate, and any administration will do this, right? It doesn't matter. They want to make the economy look as great as possible so that they look good to get reelected. And that's what the Biden administration is going to do, so that they could get reelected and do their best to show like, hey, the economy is thriving, the economy is doing great. My thoughts on the economy really quick. I don't believe the economy is doing well. I think, things are overinflated, and we kind of see that. Japan just raised rates for the first time in a really long time, which gave us a little bit of gain, because now it means people are selling their Japanese, I think it's yen, and buying U.S. Dollars, right, which causes our stuff to go up. So that's kind of where it's at. Again, like I'm predicting interest rates will go down about 3 times this year, in June, July, and September, right before election. Perfect timing. As far as buyers and sellers go, buyers, now is the time to buy. And I know you guys have heard me say this a lot, but the reason I say that is because when interest rates drop, home prices are going to go up. I had a client that actually reached out to me, and he was actually one of the smarter clients I'm working with, because he said, he's like, Brandon, I need to buy now, because I know when interest rates drop, the home prices are going to go up. And he's already in a competitive area. We are seeing multiple offers on our listings, multiple offers when our buyers are competing. We're seeing 3 and 4 offers on properties from $300,000 all the way up to $4 million. It doesn't matter if it's in a desirable area in a beautiful home, like it's going to sell and it's priced right. So just note that for buyers, you're going to be competing out there. Even now in some houses, you will be competing. We just put a house on that was completely dated, no renovations, zero. I mean, this house was built in the 85, and there's no updates on it. I mean, it is really well taken care of. I will say that it's well taken care of. It's completely livable. Everything works. It's just super old. Well, we got multiple offers within a day of being on the market, within 1 day. So we just chose one and we went with it. So I'm seeing the market continuing to pick up, and I hate to be cliche, but date the rate and marry the house. Because if you have home prices here and interest rates here, you buy a house here, you could refinance when interest rates drop. And I just told you guys interest rate will drop. The feds are saying interest rates will drop. So you could refinance. And right now we're seeing things in the 5.5 for VA, 5.75, 6 for conventional. So interest rates are dropping for mortgages. But you refinance here, then you have a house at a price you wanted, and then you have a rate that you finally want. The other thing is, let's say when interest rates drop, this home price is just going to go up. And now your payment, which is here, is also going to go up, right? It's also going to go up because it has to match that the market, and people are used to paying over for houses, and it's going to continue to go up. We are seeing people waive inspections, waive financing, waive appraisals right now, and it's only going to get worse when interest rates drop. So if you want to lock in a price that you want for the house that you want, now is the time to do it. For sellers, again, we're seeing multiple offers. We are getting multiple offers. And if you have to sell in order to buy, now's the time to do it, because then you can get in on a purchase before you sell. And that would give you maximum flexibility, especially with buyers. So it's a great time to buy, great time to sell. I think the market's going to continue to move up throughout the rest of the year, especially when interest rates drop. I'm still predicting 8 to 12% property values going up, especially in the DMV area and honestly, like any metro markets. I think, maybe not New York, but any metro markets that's in practically a purple state or a red state, because blue states right now have a lot of issues. You're seeing that with New York. You're seeing that with San Francisco, and their values are starting to go down because of their policies. It's just bad policies that causes real estate values to drop. So there you have it. That's kind of like the update. With the NAR lawsuit, it's business as usual for us. I do think that is a direct attack on the real estate industry. I think it was purposeful. I don't think there was anyone not knowing what they were doing here. But this is a direct attack on the real estate industry, mostly for buyers. That's what my concern is. Sellers will always be fine. You have a product. You have something that will always sell because of the demand. But for buyers, you're going to either have to start paying your commissions on your own. So again, another reason to buy now, because if you have to do that, then you could save yourself 2.5%. So now's the time to buy because of potentially what could come down the pike, and we still don't know exactly how it's going to be handled as far as paperwork, as far as payments and stuff like that. But the other reason I believe that this is an attack is because government-backed loans are not able to pay any commissions. So commissions cannot be paid by VA loans or FHA loans. And what that leaves is those VA buyers and that FHA buyers are underserved. So I think this is going to cause more lawsuits to come out. I think that people are going to be misrepresented. I think, this is a huge problem because it's about the haves and the haves not, right? It's about people being able to own real estate and not being able to own real estate. They've made the bar a lot higher now, because if you're a buyer and you want to purchase a home and you want representation, now you're going to have to come up with an extra 2 to 3%, depending on what it looks like. And I still don't know. But for us right now, it's business as usual. I'll keep you guys updated about that and, kind of how business changes, as well as where the market is going to go. I also don't think that NAR lawsuit will really affect property values. It might even make it higher. It could cause a lot more craziness. So we'll see in July what things do. So there you have it, guys. That's your market update. I'll see you guys on the next video. If you guys are thinking about selling, feel free to reach out. Send me a DM. Reach out. Find my number. It's on here somewhere. Anyways, have a great weekend, y'all. Peace out.